Celtic may have left some money on the table with Daniel Cummings, but do not worry because Jeremie Frimpong has given them a massive cash injection. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. We have Daniel Cummings leaving Celtic, and they will only get a small amount of compensation, but they're going to get a big cash sum handed to them thanks to one of their former players as Jeremie Frimpong completes his move to Liverpool. But first, let's talk about Daniel Cummings, a guy that has now completed a move to West Ham. He's going to join West Ham in July. West Ham tried to sign him back in January. They offered 500k for Daniel Cummings. Celtic rejected the move, or rejected the amount. The move didn't happen. Now West Ham have got their man 5 months down the line, and Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Cummings will now move to West Ham for less than the 500k that the Hammers were offering back in the transfer window. So Fabrizio Romano put out a tweet saying, quote, Daniel Cummings will join West Ham on July 1st, agreement done, and here we go. Celtic talent has scored 30 goals this season and made his Champions League debut at Villa Park. Medical complete and deal done. Celtic will get 300k training compensation. End of quote. So Celtic only getting 300k for Daniel Cummings, which is a small amount for a player that, you know, could potentially had a big future at Celtic. Now, we'll never know because he was mainly just in the B team, but I mean, he did look like someone who could have came through the ranks, someone that maybe could have broken in to the first team. And you look at Celtic and their lack of options up front, and, you know, maybe Daniel Cummings is a guy that they could have gave some games to, could have given an opportunity in the first team. He never got it. He decided that he would rather move to West Ham. He'd rather move down to England. And yeah, it's a lot of goals. I get it. The goals came for the Celtic B team, but still, the guy scored, what, 30 goals? According to Fabrizio Romano, that's hard to come by, and you just think maybe should Celtic have taken a chance on this guy. But they didn't, and now it's West Ham who's going to get the promising youngster at their services, and Celtic are going to be left with, you know, another player with potential leaving the club for peanuts. So not good for Celtic, and we'll see how Daniel Cummings goes on and what kind of career he can have at West Ham. But good news for Celtic is that they're going to get a lot of money for Jeremie Frimpong. He completes his move to Liverpool from Bayer Leverkusen, and Celtic were smart enough to put in a future profit in the contract when they sold Frimpong to Bayer Leverkusen, and the value of that was a 30% stake. So Celtic will get 30% on any profit made by Bayer Leverkusen on a Frimpong sale. Now, Liverpool paid 33.7 million approximately for Frimpong, and Leverkusen paid 11.5. So you take that 11.5 away from the 33.7, and that gives you 22.2 million. Celtic are going to get 30% of that, which is around 6.7 million. So Celtic getting 6.7 million for Jeremie Frimpong just because they were smart and intelligent enough to include this 30% clause. And it's not the first time they've done this. We've seen them, you know, profit of multiple players that they've sold over the years, and they're really good at this. You know, Celtic are really good at selling players and getting these, you know, sell on future fees in the contract. And once again, they've done it with Jeremie Frimpong, and it just goes to show you it's good business for Celtic. It is smart for Celtic, and I mean, this is why they are the number one club in Scotland. This is why they've got the best finances. This is partly why they win leagues, and this is why they win everything, because you know, they've got the most money and they're smart with it. And when they sell their players, you know, they're always trying to get every last penny that they can. It's not like they just sell players, then that's it. You know, they sell players and they include these fees, and then when players do go on to improve and players do go on to move on to bigger and better things, and Celtic are always there to get even more money from these deals. Now, I mean, Jeremie Frimpong at one point was he was speculated to go for more than that. So I believe United, like a season and a half ago, were reportedly offering 50 million. So I mean, that could have been even more money that Celtic would have got. But I think they'll be happy with the 6.7. 6.7 is a lot of money for a player that you sold years ago, and Celtic got a decent amount for him as well. So in total, with the 11 million and the 6, I mean, Celtic have made about 19 million off Jeremie Frimpong. So that's very good business for Celtic. And I mean, if they can keep doing this, then I'm sure they'll be delighted. Not only are you getting good fees when you sell these players, but you're also going to get extra money in 2, 3, 4 years' time when these players move on, or hopefully move on to even bigger clubs. So yeah, Celtic will be disappointed to only get 300k for Daniel Cummings, but I'm sure they'll be delighted to get 6.7 million for Jeremie Frimpong. So yeah, good business for Celtic, and that will add extra money to their transfer kitty. In a summer where the fans say that Brendan Rodgers needs to go and he needs to spend money, the board need to back Rodgers, not happy after losing that Scottish Cup final, and they think that the squad needs bolstered up. And you know what, I think it does. I mean, you look at the options up front. If you don't play Maida through the middle, then Celtic right now very limited with just basically Johnny Kenny and Adia, who I just don't think neither is good enough to be leading the Celtic line, especially going into the Champions League. So I think that they probably need to bring in, a striker, and there's other areas where I think they can certainly improve as well. So will be a big summer for Celtic. You got Rangers as well, the San Francisco 49ers. That might even force Celtic's hand, and they might even spend more money now due to that investment coming in from America across the city. So it should be an interesting transfer window ahead, but this is a good lump sum of cash that Celtic have got. 6.7 for Frimpong, and then if you include the 300k for Cummings, it's about 7 million for Celtic. So not a bad day. I'm sure they've had worse days than today. So yeah, good business for Celtic. Frimpong now a Liverpool player. He will replace Trent Arnold-Alexander. So we'll see how he can get on there, and I think that's an upgrade for Liverpool. I think Frimpong at this point in his career, I would probably consider a better player than Trent Arnold-Alexander. So I think Liverpool have done well from this. Bayer Leverkusen have done pretty well from this, and Celtic have probably done better than anyone else because they've just got a good lump of cash for a player that they sold years ago. So good business for them. That's it, guys. Let us know what you think down below. Leave thoughts, leave comments. Is Daniel Cummings wasted potential that Celtic should have gave a chance to, an opportunity to in the first team, or do you believe that he was never good enough to be Celtic first team quality? Let us know what you think down below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Beanfog Football, thanks for watching, and peace.